While we may know so much about our immediate surroundings, the world may be somewhat of a mystery to us. From strange phenomena to hidden secrets, the world is full of interesting, fascinating, and fun facts. So to quench your thirst for knowledge and your curiosity about the world, in this video, we will talk about 7 fun facts about the world that you probably didn't know. Let's dive right in. Number 1. The fastest wind gust ever observed on Earth reached a speed of 253 miles per hour. Drop your anchor and brace for impact because this isn't a regular windy storm. A new world record was established on an island along the northwestern coast of Western Australia. An anemometer owned by WAPD, an oil and gas engineering company, recorded a peak wind gust speed of 253 miles per hour. This was after Tropical Cyclone Olivia, a Category 4 storm on the Saffir-Simpson scale, hit the coast. The storm passed over Barrow Island on April 10, 1996, and maintained an average speed of 140 miles per hour. The Weather Channel reports that Olivia's eye wall delivered 5 strong 3-second wind gusts, the greatest of which was a 253 miles per hour gust. This broke the existing wind record of 231 miles per hour recorded in 1934 on Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Number 2. The ocean floor can be mapped using whale songs. Whether up close or on your TV screen in the comfort of your home, whales are magnificent creatures to behold. The blue and fin whales are considered the loudest creatures on the planet thanks to their male counterparts' deep, bellowing sounds. And while these loud sounds produced by the male counterparts are just usual mating rituals for these whales, scientists have found a new scientific application for these mating songs. These low-frequency sounds can produce more than 185 decibels, penetrating the ocean floor's sediment and volcanic rock. As a result, they can be used to sonically map the ocean floor due to the sound's ability to travel 2.5 km 1.6 miles into the water, where it bounces back and gives researchers precise data. A 2021 study in Science demonstrated that employing a fin whale song can be significantly more effective and have a less negative effect on sea life. This is especially true when compared to using a massive air gun, which is the traditional equipment used by researchers. Number 3. The size of Mount Everest has increased since the last measurement. Mount Everest is quite a famous mountain, holding the record of being the highest mountain above sea level. Many have challenged themselves to climb this mountain to its highest peak, and only a few have been successful. The strange news, however, about Mount Everest is that it seems to have grown bigger. Maybe this is just a flex, or it's just the mountain upping the scales for new climbers, or a little bit of both. I can't answer that for Mount Everest. According to the most recent measurements from China and Nepal surveyors, the mountaintop is taller than previously imagined. NPR reports that earlier measurements ranged from 29,002 feet above sea level in 1856 to 20,029 feet in 1955. However, as a result of active plate tectonics, experts found that Mount Everest peaks at a spectacular 29,031.69 feet after a rigorous operation of assessing the top with GPS equipment. Number 4. The Canary Islands are named after dogs, not birds. The bird is termed after the islands, not the other way around. The most popular theory for the name is that it derives from the Latin word canariae insulae, which means dog islands. According to legend, Mauritanian King Juba II, a staunch Roman supporter, conducted a voyage to the Canary Islands and discovered great swarms of dogs of huge size. Pliny the Elder documented Juba II's observations in his Natural History, published in 77 AD. He was referring specifically to the enormous dogs found on the island of Canaria. Juba II also claimed that the islands were deserted even though his expedition discovered huts. Still, it is believed that the native Canarians were present during Juba's reign. Number 5. The lowest temperature ever measured was -144 degrees Fahrenheit. How cold do you think the world can get? Think of the coldest winter you've ever experienced. Yes, it has nothing on the coldest day ever recorded a freezing temperature of -144 degrees Fahrenheit. During the long, dark polar winter, scientists observed this unprecedented temperature on the Arctic ice deep in the heart of Antarctica. According to the team's findings published in the Geophysical Research Letters, this is nearly as cold as possible in our solar system. According to Ted Scambos, a researcher at the University of Colorado, Boulder's National Snow and Ice Data Center, the temperature is a point where Earth is near its limit. And according to Ted, it felt like another planet. The temperature breaks the record set for the coldest known air temperature in the natural world, which was recorded at the Russian Vostok station in 1983. Number 6. There are over 24 time zones in the world. The Earth is divided into longitudinally time zones, with each hour change being about 15 degrees. According to this principle, the world would have 24 time zones. However, the overall number is far higher than 24 time zones because many are configured to be 30 or 45 minutes. The thing is, the Greenwich Mean Time is the most common time zone, serving as the standard for calculating all other time zones. Greenwich Mean Time was devised by the Royal Observatory in 1675 because the world needed a primary meridian point for commerce, navigation, trade, and calculating other time zones. However, even with the Greenwich Mean Time being a primary meridian point, there are some disagreements over the number of actual time zones we have. For instance, while some regard the International Dateline IDL as a time zone, others do not. This is one of the typical disagreements about time zones. But overall, while it has been established that there are more than 24 time zones, there's no consensus as to how many time zones we actually have. Number 7. Only 2 countries with names begin with the word "the." When naming a country, the article that has sparked dispute for decades. Several governments have made formal statements about their proper English names. Countries such as Ukraine have rejected using the Ukraine when referring to the country. However, because of grammar and standard pronunciation, you may find yourself saying the before many countries when referring to them. That is why we say the Maldives or the United States. But according to the U.S. Department of State, only the Gambia and the Bahamas should officially incorporate the article. Looking at the history of the Gambia, the Portuguese, who were the first to explore the country, named it after the nearby river, the River Gambia. As a result, the Portuguese dubbed it the Gambia. Subsequently, when the British took over, they kept that name. And a year after independence in 1964, the then Prime Minister officially made a request from the UK-based Permanent Committee on Geographical Names to preserve the official title of the Gambia. On the other hand, the name Bahamas is derived from Lucayan Taino Arawakan. However, some historians claim it is derived from the Spanish Baja Mar, which means shallow water. The Bahamas are an archipelago and country located on the northwest coast of the West Indies. The Bahamas, formerly a British territory, gained independence in 1973 within the Commonwealth. The name the Bahamas was also officially sanctioned following its independence, making it the second country with the article in its official name. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.